Hi. Sorry, I didn't notice I started recording. I'm audible, right? Yeah. Since we are halfway to it, oh, sorry, welcome back. And since we are halfway to it, let's talk a little bit different, like something different. Like, let's not get into the technical details, or like, let's not continue with the series directly. Okay. And like this is the first time I'm recording something, like I'm trying videos at all. So if you feel my videos are little boring or pointless, or I'm deviating a lot from the topic, or it's lengthy, something, like any feedbacks are welcome. Okay, you can let me know in comments, or like I'll also leave all my contact things like LinkedIn profile, or like my website. You can contact me via email. Okay, any feedback, let me know. It will help me improve, not just for making YouTube videos. Like it will encourage me to learn a lot. Like that's what, like I'm thinking of doing more such explorations only. Like I'm not going to prepare something and like present it to you. Okay. uh, Maybe all my 4 videos might look in that way, but definitely not the next upcoming 4 videos. Okay. Okay, enough with the story. Like, where are we now? Why wheat, right? So at this point, I hope you'll have some fair understanding and what are build tools, what are the other build tools available, and what is Wheat.js and how it's gaining popularity. Okay, yeah. So with that hope, I'm moving on to the next step. Why Wheat? Okay, why Wheat.js? As I told you before, there are many other build tools like Webpack, okay, Snowpack, Parcel, Browserify, and many more. Okay, which has decent download trends than this, which has steady user base than this, much more mature than Wheat. Okay, so having said all these points, why should we really care about Wheat? Who are you to talk about this particular technology, Wheat.js? You can ask me, right? You can definitely should ask me. And it's my responsibility here to answer, or it's our responsibility to include this step as a part of our exploration. So why Wheat.js? There are many reasons. First thing, I'll tell some fancy reasons. It's open source, just like any other build tool. So why don't you try it also? Give a try it also. It's free, right? And they're telling like it's much linear than other tools and much more faster. And we don't know how, okay, till now, but we'll get into those details. But since they are claiming it to be linear and faster, it's worth exploring. It should be worth exploring, right? Okay. But let's get into more convincing. I have some more clear, convincing reasons than this. Okay, let me try to convince you with those reasons. Okay, so what does it promise? Okay, if you answer this question, will it will be more convincing. Okay, so what Wheat does is, okay, uh, so if you ask me like why you have to choose Wheat, you should understand how Wheat works. Okay, so what Wheat does is it's asking us to author all our codes as native ES module. Okay, so I'll show you like what are JavaScript modules. First of all, you should know. So JavaScript modules are nothing but so if you have worked with classes, or if you work with some frameworks like React.js at all, you'll definitely have an idea about JavaScript modules. Nothing but you'll write a function, okay, in a separate file. You'll have a file called what to say, like area. Okay, for example, you'll write a function to find the area of a circle, a circumference of a circle. Okay, that will be a separate function. You'll write it in a separate file and you'll keep it. Then what you'll do, like you'll include that script file into your HTML code or into your template. Okay, using, you'll either require it as a module. Okay, you'll use the keyword like require and require it as a module and use it, or else you'll add it in the script tag with type module. Okay, I'll show you all this when we as we code. Okay, so basically you can write modular code that can run in browser directly without the help of any other build tools, or like without the help of, you don't need to adapt something, you don't need to include anything like Core.js or Require.js, okay, in order to support modularity. Okay, So this is what you can read about I will leave the documentation for MDM documentation at the description. Okay, you can read more about JavaScript modules if you haven't already explored it already. And if you take the browser support, right, it's pretty decent. Okay, all the modern browsers are supporting it. Okay, so what Vite is asking us to do is like author. Why don't you author most of your code as native US modules, man? Because sorry, I'm sorry. So why don't you author most of your code as native US modules? Yeah, of course, why not, right? When all the modern browsers are supporting it, definitely your users are going to use modern tooling, sorry, modern devices and with modern browsers only. They're pretty much updated now, okay, with the belief. Why don't you author most of your code in as native US modules? So what's the use? When you author such way, right? What Vite does it passes and send HTTP request to each modules. Okay, whatever the module, say if your app has 5 to 6 modules, what Vite does is it makes HTTP request to each modules. Okay, hit all those modules. And in case if you have any large dependencies, okay, I hope you know what I mean by dependencies. Yeah, of course, your project, if you consider any project, you'll have some external dependencies, and it can be your own company's NPM module itself, right? So you might have some dependencies. So if you, in case if you have some large dependencies at all, what Vite does is it pre-bundles for you, okay, with another tooling called ESBuild. Here is where ESBuild. We'll talk about ESBuild in the next video, much more brief. But for now, it uses something called ESBuild to pre-bundle all your large dependencies. Why is it important? Because since it's pre-bundling and making it available for readily for our use, it saves some time, right? So it's pretty faster. Okay. So if you ask me, tell me 3 to 4 reasons why I should choose Vite. It's open source, it's completely free, and it's created and maintained by even you, same creator as Vue.js. So definitely, like, it's not a plaything anymore, and the community is so engaging. Like, even you can see active contributions if you asked before. So definitely there is a long run ahead, and there are many plans. So you can definitely trust Vite. Okay, they are not going to drop support anytime soon, and it's worth exploring. So this is the second reason you can take. And if you ask me third reason, when it comes to technical detail, as I said, right? So since most of your users are going to be using modern browsers and updated devices, okay, there is no point in sticking with legacy toolings for just that 2 to 3% of the user base. Okay, so there is no point in giving so much attention to them and ignoring such huge power we are left with. Okay, so definitely worth exploring. Is it convincing? No worries if it still didn't convince you much. I'll convince you with code. Okay, later on, definitely at the end, right? I promise you, like, you'll be convinced to use Vite for your next project. Okay, so until then, let me sign off. Thank you